The phone rang, and I thought it was the doctor calling me, but the voice on the other end was not as perky as I had originally thought. A woman with a very sweet tone said, "Mrs. Lawrence?" As I fumbled a bit because I'm just getting used to being that person, I said, "Yes, ma'am, it is. This is Megan at Amos Family." The rest was a blur. My heart dropped into my stomach. It's a day early. I wasn't ready. I don't know what to do or say. I just look at the people around me for guidance. At this point, I can't make a clear decision on what day it is or what time I can have a private moment with my husband to pick up my daughter's remains. Remains. What a horrible word. What do you mean, remains? What remains of my infant child? No, it is not what remains. It is her, all of her, my Lucille Diane Lawrence, her entire little self. I spent the rest of the day until 4:30 distracting my mind because I'm not sure what's going to happen when I get there to get my baby. It was very technical and informal. The funeral home is always a quiet place and extremely somber. We walked into the room full of people working in small cubicle areas with glass fronts, and at that moment the whole room stopped, and they just looked at us. Their faces say it all. Oh, there's that poor couple picking up their 4:30 cremation, baby Lawrence. It's written on our whiteboard. That's too bad. We give an obligatory smile at the room and say that we're here to pick up our little baby Lucille. Megan springs into action, taking us into the funeral home with a tiny white box, the bonneted blanket that we sent Lucy off in, and some paperwork. It hadn't set in yet because I had to sign for my own child. I had to sign a piece of paper to have my baby back. Each little detail of this was so big that dropping my signature on a piece of paper felt as if I was writing a novel in inkwell and pen. As I am doing this, she hands Lucille to Jeremy, and I can hear him start to cry. His body shaking with breaths intended to be held, coming from his nose because his lips are pursed, so the wail won't intrude the still air. As I look up, Jeremy can't contain his tears, and we slowly walk towards the door. At this point, we are so weak and the world is so surreal. The door doesn't even budge open. When we break free, the muggy air slaps our face, and we take our little girl into the world for the first time. Embracing and crying, without a care who's watching, we are oblivious. He sets Lucille in my lap, pressing her to my tummy to keep her tight in the car. I look down at this tiny white box. My daughter is in a box. Her name is spelled wrong, and she is in a box. As a parent, you want to spend your time teaching your children that they don't belong in a box, that they are creative in their own right and independent, and damn it, their own person. Children do not belong in a box. My Lucy left me a beautiful little girl born too early 3 days prior, who should have had an entire lifetime ahead of her, and now she is in a white box. Of course, the sweet people at Amos, with beautiful intentions, cremated our angel for free as a courtesy service for premature babies. What a wonderful service to people who are hurting. But damn it, I didn't want this story. I didn't ask for this story, and I want it rewritten. I didn't ask to have my daughter in a box. I asked to have her for always, until she had to put me in a box, like it's intended so. I need her, and I want her, and dear Lord, not in a box. As I cry out for her and declare to whomever is listening to me that I could have learned whatever lesson Lucy's death was supposed to bring me, and that this is not the story that I had wanted to write, I will. It doesn't need to happen like this. Begging. I promise I will learn my lesson. Just bring her back. Bring her back to me. Lucy's reunited with her family, not how I intended her to be. but how it must be in a temporary white box with her name misspelled. Home. Thank you.